this first question from the exemplary section on the test. Hopefully I'll teach you a couple of tricks with this one on the calculator. So it says find the area of the triangle formed by the lines, and it gives you 3 different lines in different formats as well. So let's put these into the graphing section of the calculator and see what they look like. So if you go to on, start a new one, go to graphs, and you can see here at the top it says f1 of x equals. So these are not in the same format. It doesn't say y equals all the time. So you can change this, how you enter them, to kind of match what this format is here by using this section here on graph entry. And instead of just entering functions, you can enter them as relations. And then you can just type them in as they are. So the first one is y equals 8 minus x. So y equals 8 minus x. Click enter. Let's put the next one in. Quickest way to do that is press tab, and automatically it comes up with another relation. So 2x minus y equals 10. Enter, and then the last one, click tab again, and it's going to be 11x plus 2y equals 25. And there we have the 3 different lines, all different colors, which is perfect. I'll zoom out a little bit so we can see where the intersection is of that one. So menu, graph, and zoom out. So I'll just zoom out one time so we can see them now. Now before, you're probably thinking, well, I want to work out the area inside here. If I had all of the 3 lengths of them, then I could work out what one of the angles is. And once I've got one of the angles, then I can just use the trig formula for working out the area of a triangle, you know, that half AB sine C. But I've got to find what one of the angles is first. And if I've got all 3 sides, that means cosine rule. So, and there's a quick way of finding out what the lengths of all these 3 sides are. But first I'll need the coordinates of them. So now that we've got them on the screen, we can easily find the points of intersection of these 3 lines. If you go to menu, and then analyze graph, intersection, it's asking which graph, because I've got 3 on there and I just need to put in 2. So I'll choose the red one and the black one first, and I'll need to go to the left hand side of this and to the right hand side, so I can see 1 point is 3 comma minus 4. I can do the same for this point here. So menu, analyze, intersection, choose them, the red one and the blue one, go to the left, go to the right, and I've got 6 comma 2, and then the last one's up here. So menu, analyze graph, intersection, choose the graphs, the black one and the blue one, go to the left, go to the right, and I've got the next point, which is 1 comma 7. So now I want to find out what the lengths are. Now you could use the formula, which is it's taken from Pythagoras basically, you know, the one which is square root of x2 minus x1 all squared plus the square plus y2 minus y1 squared. You could do all of that, but there's an easier way of doing it on the calculator. But what we'll need is another page. So if I just control and then dock to open up a new page, and go for a calculator. So the way to do this is if you go to menu, and then down here number 7, matrix and vector, and then number 7, norms, go to the top one where it says norm, and we can enter the 2 points that I want to find the distance between. So the way in which you enter the 2 points then, or the 2 coordinates, if you use this button here, which is next to the book, it's got like a load of shortcuts in it. And then this one here, which is a matrix with 1 row and 2 columns. And then it'll look like you're entering coordinates in there. So if I'm going to go from 3 to minus 4, to 6, 2, the way in which I would enter them is I would take these 2 points. So I'd take the 6, 2 as one of the points, and then just click outside the brackets, and then minus, and then enter the next set of coordinates in there as well. So remember, it's that little shortcut button, this one again, and it was 3 and then minus 4. Double check, 6, 2 and 3 minus 4. And then click outside and then enter. So the distance between these 2 points is 6.7. That's not exact, it's not in absurd form, but it's pretty good. So you could just use this. Now to do the other ones, you just repeat the process basically. So quickest way to do it is just to highlight it all, and then Control C, and then Control V, and then just change the point. So if I wanted to go from 1, 7 to 6, 2, then I can just change this one now, 1, 7, and then click enter. So I've got the other one, and then I'll do the final one to work out what the third side is. So Control C, and then Control V, and this time I'm going to go from the 1, 7 to the 3 minus 4. Or which one comes first? We'll go from there to there. So I'll enter the 3 minus 4 first, and then the 1, 7. Enter. So I've got all 3 lengths now. So now I've got all 3 lengths. Cosine rule to find out what one of the angles is. And once you've got one of the angles, then you can just use the, like I said before, the trig formula for working out the area of the triangle. So hopefully that was helpful and you've learned a few tricks.